Hello one and all, stewpassmore here, joining you from day 3 of the Ottawa Freedom Convoy. People across party lines are gathering in Ottawa because our government has been spouting absolute hateful, divisive garbage for years. This has been simmering beneath the surface for a long time. Will Justin Trudeau survive this? Many people are calling for him to resign. I don't see any situation where he can come back to Ottawa and do what he was doing before. It just doesn't seem even possible. People aren't going to stop these protests. They're just going to get bigger and bigger. Canadians picked the coldest weekend of the year to stage a, standoff with the government over these crazy mandates. There is no opposition to these protests. Usually when there's a very controversial protest, there's like an opposition side where they might clash and there's police between them, but the only people I've seen opposing this are not addressing the issue, so they're going off on some other kind of thing. And I respect people who stick up for what they believe in, but what we're facing here is bodily autonomy. You have to have the right to put what you want into your body, period. It's about slavery. It's about controlling what you own and not controlling what you don't own. But I still give props to the people who are out there counter-protesting. I mean, they're in the lion's den. Justin Trudeau, if his handlers were ever to let him off the leash, especially in small town Ontario where the hillbillies live, they would rip him to shreds. He would probably not survive, even in his hometown. Like, imagine showing up to your house and there's thousands of people with pitchforks on your front lawn because all you've been doing is stoking hate, fear, division, and these tactics are just not going to work anymore. Morale is getting higher across the country. I mean, the best part of this is just the coast-to-coast outpouring across the bridges. The international effect might even be better than that. Like, the situation in Ottawa is really small, but if people are going to pick this up and run with it in Europe, in Australia, and New Zealand, and all these other hermit kingdoms that have, these just ridiculous policies in place that never should have been accepted in the first place, this could have a really good effect on the world, and I hope people can see the real reason why we're doing this and why this is important. So, get behind all the strong working folk in the world. Like, these are the people who keep things running, and you can't call people racist, misogynist. You can't insult people for this long and not expect some blowback. So, I actually don't think Justin Trudeau will be the president or the prime minister for very much longer because he's just an international disgrace at this point. You can't come back and act like everything's normal. That would be like Kim Jong-un coming back and like everyone would know this is a scripted thing. It would just be very awkward and very bizarre. The mainstream media is twisting this into something that it's so obviously not. But they're being kicked out of a lot of places, so that's kind of cool too. They've totally lost the plot. They're framing this whole event as whatever, just some anti... they're just gonna say anything bad about people who go against the narrative. And you'll see this in anyone who dies and they decided that they own their own body. They'll be like, nah, he was an anti-vaxxer. You see this like over and over again, right? These people are despicable. People in the media, they need to be forced to stop doing what they're doing. So don't fall into this trap of voting for conservatives. The right and the left wing are just two wings of the same bird. You're not going to get anything better with the Conservatives or with the NDP or with the PPC or even the Libertarian Party. We want to live in a more voluntary society where you're pitched an idea, you say no, that's fine, that's it. It's easy, it's voluntary. So if we want to get to that world, we got to take care of some things first, and we need to keep exerting relentless pressure on these scumbags. Do not stop. Do not give up. If you give up, you lose. So that's today's message from day 3 of the Ottawa Freedom Convoy. Peace out, guys.